The floor in the Thirsty Whippet pub is now finished, and I can't wait to show you what it now looks like. We've also been working on the design of our bar for the pub this week, and that's the really exciting piece, because not only have we got some quirky ideas, we're also using some really great recycled materials from other places in the manor. So I'm going to share all our plans with you today, and we also have some exciting news about our afternoon tea, so make sure you stay till the end of the video. And don't forget, if you're enjoying our videos, make sure that you've hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, The Ladysmith Manor Diaries, to ensure that you're the first to see all the videos when we put them out. But first, let me show you what we've been up to this week. It's time for us to finish our pub floor. Stephen has now laid our tile and has made it, done a great job of making sure that it's the same height as the wood floor. And now we are going to finish laying it around the tiles. Final piece of the floor is going in. The floor is done. We have laid the wood. Stephen's done an amazing job of getting this tile the same level as the wood, so it all insets in. And I think the contrast of the tile against the wood is just perfect. And the fun thing is I actually have one tile left. And the great thing about these tiles is it's one big tile, but it looks like 9 smaller tiles within it. So what I'm going to do, I think, is actually get Stephen to cut this into the 9 smaller pieces for me. Hopefully it doesn't chip. But he has done it before for me in the kitchen, so fingers crossed we can get these cut. And then I thought I would put the smaller pieces into the mantle in some way. So here we're going to have on the wall a mantle, a fireplace mantle. So I thought that maybe I would incorporate some of these smaller tiles maybe into the mantle in some way, just to tie the floor into the fireplace mantle on the wall. So that's my idea, but we are so thrilled with how this floor looks. It is the perfect color, it looks perfect, definitely needs a clean, but now we can actually finish our paneling around the edge of the room, because obviously we couldn't put the bottom piece of panel on until the floor was down, so everything was kind of like a domino effect. But now it's down, we can get that finished, and then I can get that painted, and we can then move on to the next step, and that's the next fun thing we've been doing this week, is starting to design our bar. We're always looking for ways that we can repurpose, reuse or recycle, especially materials that we have to take out of the manor in some form. And these pieces of wood were actually wainscoting from one of the rooms upstairs that had to come out. And I've been storing them all downstairs in the basement. They're a little bit, as you can see, a little bit dirty. I'm just giving them a little bit of a wipe down. But I've been storing them downstairs because I really wanted to use them again. And if you've been following us for a while, you'll probably remember quite a long time ago, we'd actually thought about using old doors as paneling for the front of our bar. Now, we're just starting to design the bar, and we find that over time things change as we actually start laying things out. Either dimensions change, we have to change our plans, so it always is evolving. And right now we're actually designing the bar, laying it out on the floor so we know exactly where everything goes. And the doors are not going to work, but I'm thinking that this would may. So I've just pulled some up so I can have a look at it. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put them on the front of the bar. So we'll build the bar, and then this paneling will be wainscoting on the front of the bar. And then we're looking at a couple of really exciting options in terms of what we do for the top of the bar and also for the shelves behind the bar.
The weather this week has been crazy. 1 minute it's snowing, the next minute it's torrential rain and high wind. And today it is just nasty, and our driveway has turned into a big pond. Hopefully it does not freeze tonight, because otherwise we will have a new skating rink.
So the plan for the top of the bar is to use our oak. Now, if you remember, when the first summer we were here, we actually had to have one of our oak trees taken down. And the wood was taken away, it was dried, it was plain milled and then brought back to us. And so we have this gorgeous oak that we have sitting, waiting to be used. And we're going to be using it for some charcuterie boards in the pub, we're going to be using it for some tables. But we are going to be also using it for part of the top of the bar because we just thought that would be the perfect way, the character that it needs in the bar that really ties into the history of the manor. And I just love, look at these pieces here. These pieces actually came from one of the branches and they're just, you can see the rings and the grain in it is just gorgeous. Now, we're not going to be using the live edge on the bar. We're actually going to be using different pieces. We've got a whole variety of different sizes, thickness, widths. So we're going to go through our big stack and find the best pieces, and then we'll obviously stain them and they'll go on the bar. But I just love the story behind this wood, that it's the tree stood outside, we think for over 180 years, outside the manor, and now pieces of that have come inside the manor, and we're going to use them in the bar. So excited about that, because the more we can use that we repurpose, the better. Today I am working on the design for my shelves behind the bar. Now we're going to be putting 4 shelves behind on the wallpaper at the back of the bar, and we're going to be putting our bottles on there. We're going to backlight them. But I wanted a really unique, quirky shelf. So I decided to repurpose some stairs that had been taken out of the manor. And these are the stair treads that were taken out. They've got the really lovely rounded front to them. They're just solid wood. Back in the day, they were made with such great materials. So I think I can get 4 shelves based on my calculations in design. We are going to have the anti-tilt bottom. So 4 shelves. So I've gone and I have picked out my favorite 4 stair treads. This is another one. I'm trying to make them the same width. And obviously we'll probably we can always cut them down if we have to. But I'm going to get all these sanded and beautifully refinished. And these were going to be our shelves for behind the bar. So I think that the pub and the bar is really going to be filled with so many things that we reuse. We're going to have the shelves on the wall behind the bar, which are the old stair treads. We've got the oak from the tree that we took down out in the yard, that's going to be on the top of the bar. We have the wainscoting piece of wood on the front of the bar for our paneling. We've got our old church pews that have come in as bar benches that we're conditioning and refinishing, and they were made in the penitentiary here in Dorchester. So there's so many stories from all these different materials that we're using, which I just love. Really adds to the character, but it adds to the story of the manor. So I'm excited. Now I know exactly how many I can put up on the wall with my design. I can now start working on getting these refinished, and we can get them up on our beautiful wallpaper. I think it's time to enjoy a cup of tea in front of the fire. Hendrix and Jackson have joined me, Kobe's here somewhere as well, and it's definitely one of those days where you want to be inside and in front of a nice warm fire. But I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has booked to join us for Mother's Day afternoon tea. We were blown away with how quickly all the tickets sold. In 36 hours, we'd sold out not only the first day, but the second day that we added because the first day sold out so quickly. So we cannot wait to welcome everyone to the afternoon tea. But obviously, there's a lot of afternoon tea lovers out there. And so based on how popular it was, we are going to be introducing more dates. Not obviously Mother's Day, but we will be introducing more afternoon tea experiences here at the Manor. So watch this space because we're just working out our dates, and then we're going to be announcing those, and there'll be lots more opportunities for you to come and enjoy an afternoon tea here. We'll also, in the spring and summer, going to be introducing or bringing back our vintage picnics. Last year we had them just at our summer market, but this year we're going to be offering those regularly. So that's another thing to look forward to. And I have a very special event that I'm just finalizing all the details. And all I'm going to say is it involves classical music. So hopefully in the next week or so, I will be able to, let's hope for next Thursday. But I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm hoping that by next Thursday I'll have everything figured out and the details finalized, and I can then share with you a very special event we're planning in June that is going to be all around classical music, and I cannot wait. So there's going to be limited tickets at all these events, and as you can see with the Mother's Day afternoon tea, they went so quickly. So if you're not on our email list, we send out an email every Friday giving everyone an update, and we always include the tickets for any event, and we send them out to that email list first for 24 hours before we go live on social media. So if you want to make sure that you're first to see any of our tickets, make sure you're on our email list. You can easily do that. There's a link below in the comments. It's also on our website page as well. So I'm going to get back to planning or finishing the plans for our events so I can get those dates out to you, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tea, and then I will see you back here next week for our next episode of the Ladysmith Manor Diaries.